freedom of choice. I am a man that believes in it. And in that, I gave you guys the choice of what would be the next top 10 countdown. Would it be movies? Would it be TV? Or would it be my favorite Batman graphic novel? It's really up to you guys. And this past Friday, I checked out all the votes, counted them all up one by one, and we got a winner. The results are in. Now you will see what the next top 10 countdown will be. Remember, this isn't me making the pick. This is your viewer choice. So with that said, let's get this countdown going. Hey yo, hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video. And today we are going to be starting my next top 10 countdown. And this is a special one because this is where you guys had the opportunity to vote and participate in the decision-making process of this countdown. Now, I like to say, a lot of you guys threw out random ideas like top 10 sidekicks or top 10 Power Rangers or top 10 wrestlers. Some of them were good ideas, like I like that top 10 sidekick one. Very obscure, very nice, and that's something I would be willing to do. So those may actually be options next time we do the vote at the end of this countdown. However, that's a long ways away, 10 weeks away. We're not going to worry about that right now. No, 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 no. So without further ado, let's just get into what is this top 10 countdown. I counted up the votes. You probably already know by now because you probably counted the votes, but the next top 10 countdown will be my top 10 favorite Batman graphic novels and stories of all time. Now, this is a great thing because I really would like to do this. However, it's really hard to pick your top 10 favorite. At the end of this video, you'll see there's actually, my friend videotaped me trying to figure out what I wanted my top 10 to be. And I only had what my number 1 was. It's really hard to decide what my favorite top 10 Batman stories are, because there are so many amazing Batman stories. I would rather do a top 30 favorite Batman graphic novels, but that'd just be over too much. But there's just so many great stories that it was hard to really get this ball rolling and make a list. So I like to just say two things real quickly. One is, these are my favorite Batman stories. There may be stories up here that people do not like, that they don't care about. Well, tough luck. These are my favorite Batman stories for whatever reason. It's actually three things. Two, just because a Batman story is not on here does not mean that I don't love it. An example of this is Face to Face. I love that story. However, it's not going to be on the countdown. I didn't quite cut it, but I loved it. So, just because something's not on here doesn't mean I don't love it. And, three, what was three? Oh yes, Paul Dini stuff. Paul Dini stuff like Detective, Death in the City, and Private Casebook, those I absolutely love to death. However, they won't be on the countdown for two reasons. One is because if I was to put them on the countdown, they would take up 3 slots, and that's just a lot of slots to take up. And two, if I was to do that, I would have to make it a tie, and I promise no more ties, because I don't even like doing ties. So, even though I love Paul Dini to death, his stuff, even though it's some of my favorite Batman stuff, they get honorable mentions. So with that said, let's just start this video off. Ready? Today we are going to be doing my top 10 countdown to my favorite Batman stories of all time. And starting off, without any further ado, coming in at number 10 on my top 10 countdown would be Under the Hood, Part 1 and 2. Now this is a story a lot of people probably won't like, and I'll get into that later. However, I loved Under the Hood, for many reasons. Reason number 1, Black Mask. He was absolutely hilarious, absolutely very well written, and absolutely funny. I mean, hilarious, funny, well written, he was just great. And Black Mask is always one of my favorite Batman villains. It's a pity that the original one's dead. We get this new one, but I don't really know much about him. But I loved Under the Hood with Black Mask in it. In addition to that, it's a good Jason Todd story. Now that brings me to my, going off to a little sidetrack. a lot of people probably won't like this story because it's Jason Todd based. And a lot of people don't like Jason Todd. I don't know why. A lot of people complain because he came back to life, but are you going to hate Captain America because he's coming back to life? No. And Marvel pretty much said Captain America's not coming back to life, but he is. Or at least that's what I heard. But still, there's not really... I haven't heard anyone give a good reason why they dislike Robin. Not Robin, Jason Todd. I can understand him as Robin, because I didn't even like him as Robin. However, as Red Hood, he is awesome. I love Jason Todd coming back to life. That's just personally me. But don't knock this story just because you don't like Jason Todd. Because this story explains why Jason Todd was so important to Batman. And it's because Jason Todd and Batman are so much alike. See, Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, Stephanie Brown, and Damian, they're all different personalities as Robin from Batman. But Jason Todd was very much like Batman. And Batman enjoyed having Jason Todd around a lot. I mean, he made him so happy. Because their personalities matched up so well. I mean, Jason Todd's only downfall was because he was reckless. In this story, you really get to see how important Jason Todd was to Batman. How much his death really affected him. And in addition to that, you get to see a lot of the emotions boiling up between Jason Todd and Batman on both sides. The resentment Jason Todd has towards Batman not killing the Joker, and Batman's absolute sorrow and the weight he's had to bear since Jason Todd's death. There's some great lines in here. There's some great fight scenes. Overall, the art is pretty nice, and it's just a well-done story. I enjoyed this a lot. Now, I've come to realize that a lot of people don't like Jason Todd, and they're automatically not going to like something if he's in it. I understand that. And you guys know who you are out there, so don't try to, play around it, because I've heard so many people talk like that. But I do recommend Under the Hood, one of my favorite Batman stories. It is absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. And the best part is at the end, where Batman is talking. Well, there's my two favorite parts are when Alfred is talking to Jason Todd when he's younger, and when Batman and Jason Todd are finally having the showdown, the face down, and Jason Todd asks him, "Why didn't you kill the Joker?" And the Joker and Batman says, "You don't think I wanted to take him away for a month, just slowly torture him, just do the most horrific things and finish it all off? But I can't, because I can't cross that line." And the Joker's absolutely hilarious in this too. Great lines from the Joker. He kind of just said, "Hey, didn't I already kill you or something?" And then he would be like, "Dead man walking." And Jason Todd would say, "Oh, you said that so many times already." But Under the Hood, I love it. One of my favorite Batman stories. And it beat out it did beat a very popular Batman story for the number 10 spot. Now, at the end of the review, at the end of the countdown, I'll tell you what that very popular story is. Because I love that popular story, but it didn't quite make it into my countdown. So with that said, Under the Hood, great story. I love it. And as always, if you want to join the countdown, just video respond my video. I know favorite Batman graphic novels will be tough for some people, because not everyone reads Batman. However, if you want to join, go right ahead. So with that said, until next week, this is number 10 on the countdown, Under the Hood, Volume 1 and 2. This is Andrew saying, peace out for now.
Trying to keep it stable, but I can't.
Okay, today is August the 14th, Friday, 2009, and here we have Andrew Cutter. What are you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing the long, tedious process of thinking for my top 10 Batman graphic novels.
Oh, cool.
I mean, long and tedious. And we're heading to Newberry Comics right now.
Sweet. What's this process like?
You asked me. You've been watching me for the past hour do this out. So far, I've only got what my number 1 is, which I can't reveal, but that just shows how much I've been thinking about this.
What type of criteria do you use to decide?
Well, I kind of put everything out of the window, whether or not it's a good story or a bad story, and just whether or not I like it. So there's going to be a lot of stories in this that people will probably think suck, but I actually enjoy a lot. And I'm kind of pissed off because I want to put all of Paul Tinney's stuff in there, but I don't want to do any more ties. Like Casebook and Detective and Death in the City.
Cool.
Spencer's just a stoic warrior.
Yes,
there.
he is.
Look at him. He is just standing there. Nice.
I don't want to disturb him while he's driving.
No, because we could die.
Yeah.
Yes, I hold your lives. That
You know what? Just to throw in there, some of the, I don't know where I'm going to put this in, but some of the suggestions that you guys, the fans, have laid down, not fans, wow, that's a bad word to say. You're not my fans, but my subscribers. Some of the suggestions that you've thrown down, like top 10 sidekicks and top 10 Power Rangers, those are actually pretty good ideas. I might consider that for some latest countdown. But quite literally, right now, I have 9 of the books that are going to go on the countdown. I don't know what my number 10 is going to be. I don't know what order they're going to be in. This is fucking ridiculous. I'm sure I'm going to put this after my first video, and I'm already going to know what my number 1 is, or my number 10 is, but I mean, Spencer can contest. Have I been doing this for a good, I don't know, 40 minutes?
Yes, you have.
To an hour? Just thinking. You think it would be easy, but it's not. And Doug right there has been watching, reading Batman, Whatever Happened to the Cape Crusader. Doug, did you like it? Oh,
Yep.
He liked it. He liked it.
It's a good time. I recommend it highly. This is the master at work. So remember to stay tuned to Andrew Cutter 2 for more updates.